just real fast. All right. I see a lot of people in the takeaway because they're trying to make it so perfect that they keep their arms like extremely straight, almost like a Bryson DeChambeau type thing. All right. If we look at a lot of tour players, they're going to set their wrists as they swing it back. Hey, welcome back to Danford Golf Instruction today. Before we get going on the video that we're going to talk about today, make sure you subscribe, give us a like, a thumbs up. All right, that helps everybody see our video a little bit more often to help those golfers play better. And if you have any comments, leave them below and make sure you hit that bell button before you head out of the page today. So today we're going to talk about two spots in the golf swing that I feel are often overlooked. They're very common, and you'll see a lot of videos. I've done a lot of videos on it, but I just want to kind of get these out here for you guys just to make it a whole lot easier, because if you focus on these two areas in your golf swing, it should help you improve your ball striking, your consistency quite a bit. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about what those are. All right, so the first spot in the golf swing that I feel is common overlooked, all right, yes, it has to do with the takeaway, but it has to do more with what your hands are doing in the takeaway. All right, we've seen lots of videos. I've done videos on the perfect takeaway, all right, making sure it stays on plane. Basically, the club stays on that shaft plane on the way back, all right. And I focus a lot on the club face, all right, and I feel like a lot of us get so caught up in trying to make it perfect that our club face gets off quite a bit. All right, so I don't really care if your club swings a little inside, as long as the club face looks like it matches the spine. Personally, I don't like to ever see the club out here because that's just a really weird place to kind of swing the golf club, right? So I want you to focus on what that club face looks like. I don't care if it's behind you or a little bit out in front of you. It's not a big deal. We're going to continue with the takeaway here just real fast. All right. I see a lot of people in the takeaway because they're trying to make it so perfect that they keep their arms like extremely straight, almost like a Bryson DeChambeau type thing. All right. If we look at a lot of tour players, they're going to set their wrists as they swing it back. Okay, and that's going to help with the length of your swing, and it's much easier if you set your wrists properly as you take it back. You can see how the hands kind of stay kind of low. Right? It's going to help you set your wrists more properly as you swing the golf club, and it's going to help you make sure that face is nice and square at that point in time. All right, so now we're going to move on to the second part, which I would actually say is a little bit more important. All right, is what the club face looks like basically as we start to swing down at it. So as we get to the top, let's just assume everything looks really good. I see a lot of players when they swing down, they're trying to lag that golf club, and the face looks like, when it's right there, it almost looks like the toe is kind of rolled back or it's kind of open, and they might be shallow there and they might even be lagging the club. But if the face looks open like that, they're going to have that massive wrist roll on the way down, which is really hard to time it up. Okay, so this is what I want the face to start to do on the downswing. So as you get it to the top, as it starts to come down, all right, and I'll put some tour players on there, you're going to see how it starts to toe down towards the ground. Right? Doesn't go open towards the sky. That's going to be that cupped wrist. So if you're on top and you got a cupped wrist and you pull down, that face is always going to be open. So that's why we kind of talk about in other videos of knuckles being down. So the face starts to close down on us. All right? So knuckles down, and this is the key position right here. The face looks like it's starting to point towards the ground, and then right there, it's all about releasing it into the golf ball. So if you're somebody who's been, I can't lag the golf club, good reason is probably because your face is open, so you naturally hold it off and have the big flip at the bottom. So if you want to start lagging the club, compressing the golf ball, that's where the face needs to start getting in the downswing, all right? So check out the takeaway, make sure you start to set the wrist correctly, make sure the face is doing the right thing. All right, and then you get to the top, as long as the wrist is flat and you start to knuckle it down and that face starts to close down towards the ground, you're going to see a lot of top level players when they're right here. I'll put some videos up. From here, all they have to do is basically push and post and they're golden. All right, so thanks for watching today. I think this is a shorter video, but that's all right, not a big deal. These are just two positions that can help you play better golf.